So we are given a system of equations and we need to solve this system using matrices. To do so, we will write down the augmented matrix for this system. Let's review that augmented matrix consists of coefficients in front of variables and free terms. So basically, each row of the augmented matrix corresponds to each equation. So in the first equation, we have coefficients 1, 1, negative 1, and the free term is negative 2. Then in the second equation, coefficients are 2, negative 1, 1, and free term is 5. And in the third one, coefficients are negative 1, 2, 2, and free term is 1. Now we will do some elementary row operations in order to convert our matrix into row echelon form. So our first step is to multiply row 1 by 2 and to subtract it from row 2. So we will substitute row 2 with row 2 minus 2 times row 1. And our matrix becomes, the first row is the same, then row 2 becomes 0, negative 3, 3, 9. And row 3 is the same. Our next step is to add row 1 to row 3. So instead of row 3, we will have row 3 plus row 1. And our matrix becomes first two rows are the same, but the third row is 0, 3, 1, negative 1 now. Next step is to multiply row 2 by negative 1/3. So row 2 becomes negative 1/3 times row 2. 1, 1, negative 2, and here we have 0, 1, negative 1, negative 3, and row 3 is the same. Our next step is to subtract row 2 times 3 from row 3. So row 3 becomes row 3 minus 3 times row 2. And here we get the first two rows stay the same, but row 3 becomes 0, 0, 4, 8. Now we multiply row 3 by 1/4. So row 3 becomes 1/4 times row 3. Again, the first two rows stay the same, but instead of row 3, we have 0, 0, 1, 2. Our next step is to add row 3 to row 2. So instead of row 2, we will have the sum of row 2 and row 3. And we get 1, 1, negative 1, negative 2, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 2. Our next step is we subtract row 2 from row 1. So row 1 becomes row 1 minus row 2. And we get 1, 0, negative 1, negative 1, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 2. And in the next step, we add row 3 to row 1. So row 1 turns into the sum of row 1 and row 3. So here it's 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 2. So as you can see, we got our row echelon form, and from this we get that x1 equals 1, x2 equals So x1 equals 1, x2 equals -1, and x3 equals 2. Oh, sorry, I think we had x, y, z here. Oh, then not x2, y equals -1, and z equals 2.